So till next previous class we have done what is frequency definition of probability. What is that? It is actually limit n tends to infinity Na by n. N is the total number of times we are performing the experiment, or we can say the total number of outcomes, and Na is the number of times the event A is happening for which we require to find out the probability. So our probability of A according to frequency definition is PA equals to limit n tends to infinity Na by n. Now based on this definition of probability, we are going to move on for some results. Standard, these are all standard results on probability. We are going to move on for some standard results on probability, which we are going to utilize in our further classes. These are simply standard results, but still the proofs are important. Simple proofs are there, but still they are important one. The very first result in the form of theorems, they are written over there in the note. Okay. So the very first result is what? They said that 0 less than equals to PA less than equals to 1 for any event A. What is PA? PA is the probability of the event A. So probability, the thing is that probability of any event A always lies between 0 and 1. Probability of any event A always lies between 0 and 1. So let's see how we can prove it out. I am sharing a whiteboard over here. All of you can see the whiteboard. Are you getting the whiteboard?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's start. So what we require to prove, there is a probability of A, and we require to prove that 0 less than equals to probability of A, P, that is PA, is less than equals to 1. That means probability value of any event will always lies between 0 and 1. So let us start. What we have taken, the general part or the general example that we have taken previously also, that we are doing an experiment and capital N be the total number of outcomes of that experiment. Okay. In that experiment, a particular event A is happening any times. A particular event A is happening, or you can say a particular event A is occurring any times. Okay, then what we can say that I am writing 0 less than equals to NA less than equals to 1. 0 less than equals to NA less than, sorry, not 1, less than equals to N. Is it okay? Is the inequality is okay for you all? See, N is the total number of outcomes. That means the total number of times we are performing the experiment. Na is the number of times we are getting the event A in the experiment, in the performance. Number of times we are getting the event A. So, is this inequality is okay for you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Because Na is obviously less than N. N is the total number of outcomes, and Na is the number of times the event A is happening only. Okay. So now, with this inequality, after this, what I am doing is dividing the inequality throughout by N. So what will I get? 0 less than equals to, sorry, 0 by N, dividing throughout by N. 0 by N less than equals to Na by N less than equals to N by N. N by N. Just dividing throughout by N, the inequality won't change. Okay, by dividing throughout by N, and N is a positive quantity. So what else? 0 by N means 0, Na by N, and N by N means 1. So actually we are with 0 less than equals to Na by N less than equals to 1. Less than equals to 1. Right? So we are here. Now what? According to frequency definition of probability, we know that what is probability of A? Probability of A is actually limit n tends to infinity Na by N. Probability of A is actually limit n tends to infinity Na by N. So we are with Na by N, but Now we are going to take the limits throughout as n is tending to infinity. Okay, so in this inequality, we are taking limit as n tends to infinity. Okay, so limit as n tends to infinity of 0. Limit n tends to infinity of 0 gives you what? Gives you what? Limit n tends to infinity 0. What is the value of the limit? Anyone? Why I'm not getting any responses?
Limit
Limit n tends to infinity. I'm taking,
0.
yes, I'm taking throughout the limit as n tends to infinity. No need to annotate anything over here. What we have done, that is taking limits as n tends to infinity. Limits as n tends to infinity throughout. So limit n tending to infinity 0 is 0 less than equal to, what is this part? What about this part? How much is this?
Probability of A.
Probability of A. Good. This is our probability of A by definition. And what about the next? Less than equals to how much?
1.
1. Okay. So in this way, we have proved that 0 less than equals to probability of A less than equals to 1. That means probability of A values always, or for any event throughout, wherever you are finding the probability value of any event, probability value of any event can never be less than 0, can never be greater than 1. That means minimum value of probability can take, that is 0, and maximum value of probability can take, that is equals to 1. Okay, so this is our first results. Now we are moving on to the second one. What the second one says, again I am sharing the new one with the note. I'm going for the note again. So let us see. In the second, I think the note is there on your screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
So in the second result, what they have said that, see, probability of S equals to 1 and probability of phi equals to 0. What is S? S is representing a certain event and phi is representing an impossible event. Certain event means you can take it as a sample space. And phi is an impossible event. So probability of S, let us take one by one. Need not to go there, need not to do anything. Just one step is there to calculate over it. Probability of S equals to 1. What does it mean? Probability of S, according to frequency definition of probability, limit n tends to infinity ns by S. Limit n tends to infinity ns by S. What is that? What is ns? Number of times S is happening. S is a certain event which is occurring at every performance. Okay. So what about ns? Number of times S is happening, that means the total sample space. Number of times means the total number of outcomes, that is n. And n is as in the total number of outcomes. So limit n tends to infinity, it becomes n by n, and therefore the limiting value is 1. Right? Next is that probability of phi. What phi is representing? Phi is an impossible event. So probability of phi, according to definition, we can write it as limit n tends to infinity n phi by n. Limit n tends to infinity n phi by n. What is n phi? Number of times phi is occurring. What is the time? How many times phi will occur? 0, because phi is an impossible event. It will never occur in any performance of the experiment. So phi becomes 0. So n phi becomes 0. Therefore, limit value will be 0. So this is a standard result that probability of a samples for a sample space will always be equals to 1 and probability of an impossible events will always be equals to 0. Okay. Now next come to another important result which we are going to utilize again and again throughout the chapter. What is that? If two events A1 and A2, A1 and A2 just the notification for representation of two events. Okay, A1 is an event, A2 is another event. So A1 and A2 be two events which are mutually exclusive. M dot E means mutually exclusive events. So two events which are mutually exclusive, for them probability of A1 union A2 sorry, probability of A1 union A2 will always be equals to probability of A1 plus probability of A2. That means what is happening over here? Probability of their unions become probably sum of their probabilities. So let us again take a whiteboard so that we can solve it out over there. See, what we require to solve, what we require to prove rather, probability will start with the left hand side, that is probability of A1 union A2, and we require to prove that since the two events are mutually exclusive, probability of their unions becomes sum of their probabilities. So let us do that. Probability A1 union A2 by frequency definition, what I can write? Limit n tends to infinity. Limit n tends to infinity. N of A1 union A2 divided by capital N. Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yes,
By
ma'am.
just frequency definition of probability, I have written that probability A1 and A2, A1 union A2 will be limit n tends to infinity n of A1 union A2. Now see what I am doing. Limit n tends to infinity. This I am writing as limit n tends to infinity. The numerator will be n A1 plus n A2 minus n of A1 intersection A2. Is it okay for all?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me from where I am writing it as?
It is set theory.
Yes, it is coming from the concept of set theory. And we know that we are associating our sample space, the events, all with the set. Okay. So in set theory, n of A1 union A2. A1 union A2 is an event. N of A1 union A2 means the number of times A1 union A2 is happening. That means it is actually the cardinality of a set. So cardinality of union of two sets can be written as n A1 plus Na2 minus n of A1 intersection A2. Now just I apply the limits over there throughout. Okay. So applying the limit, splitting it out, applying the limit to each part, what we will have? Limit n tends to infinity, Na by n, sorry, n A1 by n, similarly plus limit n tends to infinity, n A2 by n minus the third part, that is limit n tends to infinity, n of A1 intersection A2 divided by n. N of A1 intersection A2 divided by n. Is it okay for all?
Yes,
Is it
ma'am.
okay? Now can you tell me what I can write for this part? N of A1 by n. Limit n tends to infinity, n A1 by 1.
Probability of A1.
Good. It is probability of A1. Next.
Probability of A2.
Good. It is probability of A2. And the next part,
0.
why it is 0?
Because it is mutually exclusive.
Yes, because it is mutually exclusive. We are dealing with the two mutually exclusive events, A1 and A2. Mutually exclusive means they can never happen simultaneously. And what this element says that number of times A1 intersection A2 is happening. A1 intersection A2 means what? That both are happening together. Both are happening simultaneously, which will never happen since A1 and A2 are mutually exclusive. So this number of times will be 0. So this limit will C. So in this way we have proved C, probability of A1 union A2 becomes sum of the probabilities PA1 plus PA2. Is it okay for all? Is there any doubt in any part over here?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. Now see, instead of mutually exclusive events, if you are given over here any two events, nothing is given about whether they are mutually exclusive or not. Okay. For any two events, probability of A1 union A2 will be PA1 plus PA2 minus what it will be? P of
P of A1 intersection A2.
A1
one
intersection A2.
intersection A2. Right? So in this way we will go for any two events, the probability of their unions becomes this one. But for mutually exclusive events only, probability of union of events becomes sum of the probabilities of the events. Okay, this is a very important result which will be utilized in our further classes also. Okay, and this proof is also important. Okay, so again we can move on with our notes where we are here. See, two events are mutually exclusive. Are you getting the notes? Since I'm
Yes, ma'am.
since I'm shifting to the whiteboard again and again, that's why I'm asking you again. Okay, let me clarify whether you are where you are. Acha. If A1 and A2 be two mutually exclusive, that we have done. Now this result is true for any number of events. Say for example, if n number of events are there with you, A1 to AN, then probability of their unions becomes sum of their probabilities. So this result will happen not only for two events, this result can happen for any number of events. Okay. Similarly, this one also. So now that is given over there for n number of events. Next theorem, what they said that next result you can say that probability of a complementary event equals to 1 minus probability of it. This is also a very standard result and the proof is also given over there. Probability of A complement equals to 1 minus probability of A. Very easy, you can go through it. Probability of A complement equals to 1 minus probability of A. A complement is nothing but the complementary event of A. Okay. Next important part where we need to go, that is this one. This again we are going to utilize in our further parts of syllabus. That is if, look at the part carefully, look at the result carefully, what it says. If A1 union A2, A1 dot A2 dot AN are mutually exclusive, M dot E means mutually exclusive and exhaustive events, then sum of the probabilities of these events must always be equals to 1. If the events are mutually exclusive and exhaustive, then sum of their probabilities of events will always be equals to 1. So let us do that. How it is coming 1. Again, I'm going to the whiteboard. See. From here I can start. What is given to us? N number of events are there, A1, A2, AN, which are mutually exclusive and exhaustive. Now you are going to tell me, if the events are exhaustive, what can I say about A1, A2, AN? What is the condition for exhaustiveness? We have done in
The
our previous
total
class. Yes.
the union of the probabilities will be equal to 1.
Very good. Shai. A1, that means I can write union is not equal to 1. Union, probability of union you have said. Na? Okay, whatever. A1, according to definition of exhaustiveness, if the events are exhaustive, then their unions of the event gives us what? Bolo?
The sample
One,
space.
ma'am. One.
नहीं, one नहीं, unions of the events only.
Oh.
ये जो event का union
Okay.
लिखा है, this will be equals to what?
Total sample
Total
space.
sample space.
Good, very good. This will be equals to total sample space according to definition. Okay. Now see, now according to our requirement, I am taking probability on both sides. So probability of this A1 union A2 union AN, and at the right hand side probability of S. Sorry. At the right hand side, I can write it as probability of S. Now, can you tell me what about this probability of S? How much is this?
Probability of S is 1.
S is 1, just now we have seen. Okay, and now we are dealing with the left hand side. Let us see. P of A1 union A2 union AN. The events are mutually exhaustive as well as mutually exclusive. If the events are mutually exclusive, that is given to us, then what can I write about this probability? What it is?
Sum of the
Probability of
probability
A1 plus
that is
probability of
individual
A2.
probability.
Good, good. Probability of A1, that means I can write them as sum of the probabilities. Probability of A1 plus probability of A2
Up to probability
plus
of AN.
up to likewise probability of AN, and the right hand side will be
1.
right hand side will be 1. Very good. The work is done. What we require to prove? See, sum of the probabilities becomes 1. That means we require to prove. They have written it in thus the summation form that probability of AI, sum of all probabilities of AI, I varies from 1 to n equals to 1. देखो, प्रूफ में यही दिखाना है that sum of all probabilities, summation of all PIs, I varying from 1 to n equals to 1. Is it okay for all? Is there any doubt till now?
No, ma'am.
Is there any doubt in any step? You should be clear it out now only. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
So see, in our according to our note, what we require to prove that sum of all PIs, sum of all probability of PIs equals to 1. Then our simple results again is there that for any two events A1 and A2, where A1 is a subset of A2, A1 is a subset of A2. Okay, then probability of A1 is less than equals to probability of A2, and probability of A2 minus A1 equals to probability of A2 minus probability of A1. The work is done over there and you can try it out by your own. Okay, the last result is a simpler one. Nothing, no new thing is there, just a definition, frequency, utilizing the frequency definition of probability, nothing else. So try this result. Still the work is done, but you should understand to do the work. Okay. Achha, now tell me whatever the results we have done in any one. These results may come in your university examination or other examination in the form of 2 marks questions. Okay. These are very important results for our further classes because this mutually exclusiveness, sum of probabilities, this PS equals to 1, probability value lies between 0 and 1. This all we require to remember or require to have the concepts of these results in our next classes. So, any difficulty in any part?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, go through it
No, ma'am.
once more. Now I can take your attendance. Let me share. Wait a little bit. Go through the part that we have done today. Think about it once more so that if you have any doubt, you can clear it out after the attendance also. Okay. Mechanical B, right?
Yes, ma'am. B.
One by one, I call your names and you are going to respond. Roll number 62,
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
63,
Yes, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
64,
Yes, ma'am.
65, 66,
Present,
67,
ma'am.
okay, 67,
Present, ma'am.
68,
Present, ma'am.
68, 69, 70, 71,
Present, ma'am.
okay, 72, 73, 73, 74 is not there, 75, 76,
Yes, ma'am.
76, 77,
Present, ma'am.
78, 79,
Yes, ma'am.
80, 81, 82,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, 83, 84, 85,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, 86, 87, Saksham, 86, 87,
Yes, ma'am.
88,
Ma'am, 81 present.
81, Ion,
Yes, miss. My network is slow.
okay, fine, 88, 89,
Yes,
90,
ma'am.
89, 90,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, 90, 90, 91, 92, 93,
Yes, ma'am.
94,
Yes, ma'am.
94,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, 95,
Good, ma'am.
Sachin, 95,
Yes, ma'am.
who is responding for 95, Sachin, where you are?
Yes, ma'am. I am in.
हाँ अच्छा फाइन ठीक है सचिन 95 96
Yes, ma'am.
97 आकाश सॉरी 97 आकाश नहीं 106 रोशन राज 107 गुरुराज सिंह 108 Mihir Jaswal. Anyone else whose name was not called or who has missed out? Anything? Anyone else is there?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Achha. Now, Saksham, one thing that I need to tell you, Saksham, can you hear me out? Are you there? Saksham?
Yes,
I think I'm not getting your voice, whatever. You take a snapshot and just mail that snapshot to me. Okay. I have taken the attendance. No need to update the Excel sheet now. Just send me the snapshot of participants list. Okay. Yes. Are you? Have you got that? What I have said? Sakshan, I'm not getting your voice. Okay. If you can hear me, I think others can hear me out.
ma'am, check the chat. Ma'am, he might have
Okay,
replied to the chat.
okay, fine. I have checked that. Okay. Now, still for 3-4 minutes are left. If you want to have any clarification regarding the notes or regarding what we have done, regarding any doubts, if you have. Do you have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then
No,
we
ma'am.
can. Then. So we can have the next part somewhat let me share out the conditional probability whichever is there in the next part of the note where we can go. Do you have any other class after this? Do you have any other class after this?
Till now, we have not got any link.
Okay, fine. Then this will go to the same. Sure. Let me show. Acha. Are you getting the note in the screen part? Conditional probability. Is there anything you are getting?
Oh, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Wait. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
fine. Next part, see where we need to move on. थोड़ा सा बता दे रही हूँ. Conditional probability. Okay, conditional probability and the concept of independent events. Okay, conditional probability and the concept of some independent events are there. Okay, so next day we will start. We can have the concept of conditional probability so that we can move on to the independent events. See what it says that अच्छा अगर connection कट जाता है तो we will rejoin for conditional probability part at least for this part. Okay, right? अच्छा, see conditional probability, what they have said that if we do an experiment, conditional probability condition, the name signifies there must be a condition that may between the two probabilities, and that is why it is known as conditional probability. What is the condition, where, how it will lie, that we are going to learn. So see, we are doing an experiment. Obviously the experiment will be a random experiment and two outcomes are there, two events are there, A1 and A2. A1 and A2 are two events of the experiment. Okay, where obviously probability of A2 must not be equal to 0. Why this condition is given to you, that you will learn after getting the definition, that you will understood by yourself after getting the definition only. See what they are saying. We have an experiment and these A1 and A2 are two events of that experiment. Then conditional probability of A1, conditional probability of A1 on the hypothesis that A2 has already occurred will be denoted as probability of A1 by A2 is written over there, but it's not read as by A2. It will be read as probability of A1 given A2. Probability of A1 given A2. And it is given as, we will find this probability as probability of A1 intersection A2 divided by probability of A2. Probability of A1 intersection A2 divided by probability of A2. Probability of A2 is in the denominator. That's why they are saying that probability of A2 must not be equals to 0. Okay, so this is our conditional probability. So where is the condition? We are actually finding the probability of A1. But what is the condition on that? That A2 has already occurred. A2 event हो जाने के बाद A1 event होने का क्या